the markets are picking up, metal prices are coming back. There's this renewed interest, and we're just at the beginning of our drill program. We've got this big program ahead of us, so we're going to be getting regular updates on our drilling. So I think that's probably the main thing to look forward to on our flagship property.
Hello and welcome to the Assay TV, where today I am joined by Brian McEwen. Brian is the VP of Exploration and Development for Golden Arrow Resources. Golden Arrow Resources is focused on exploring and developing its flagship copper, gold and cobalt project called the San Pietro Project, located in Chile. It also has a portfolio of over 180,000 hectares of other projects across Argentina. Golden Arrow Resources is also a part of the GRG Group, which is a resource management group which has pioneered exploration in Argentina since 1993. So hello, Brian, it's great to have you back on here. Just for all of our new viewers, can you just give us a quick recap of Golden Arrow Resources and of course the GRG Group?
Oh, it'd be my pleasure to. It's good to be back, Katie. Golden Arrow Resources. Golden Arrow Resources has been around for a while now, part of the GRG Group. I think we're about 27 years in counting, something like that, since Joe formed the company. We've had a lot of successes. Most of them have been in Argentina. We've got 4 discoveries to our name when we include our sister company, Blue Sky Uranium. Our latest one was in, back in 2012, we picked up a project called Chinchillas, and we advanced that project, and through all of the work, we ended up monetizing that in 2018 with a company called SSR Mining. At the time, it was Silver Standard, so that allowed us to put some money in the bank and to go shopping for a new project. And we looked around, and with the money burning a hole in our pocket, we came across this. We looked at several things prior to coming up with this one, but we were invited to bid on this project in Chile, and we liked it, and lo and behold, we won the bid. So the company is, like I said, it comes off of four good discoveries, done well with the company, all under Joe Grosso's leadership, and we're looking at marking this down as the next big success for the company.
Excellent. So obviously your flagship San Pietro project, you recently completed a final IP resistivity geophysical survey. I think that was in January. What are you hoping to delineate from those results?
We picked up this project about a year ago. We finally signed the deal last March, and the project came with a lot of historical data. They drilled 83 holes, 31,000 meters of drilling, something like that. They'd done a lot of geophysics, a lot of work, but that work had all been done back in 2008 to 2012. We started looking at the information. We found actually quite a few errors in going through interpretations and stuff. And one of the areas in our Coya project, area of the project to the south, we thought, we need to do some more geophysics in this area. So the geophysics program, the IP program that we had, was not over the whole property. It was in this one area that we've got a lot of hope for. And we seem to confirm, the geophysics seem to confirm our geological interpretation. So the first area that we're going to be drilling with this drilling project will be in Coya. But we're not done with the geophysics. This was a site area specific, which I think has given us the information we needed to move forward.
Absolutely. And you've also initiated some diamond drilling. Tell us more about that.
Yeah, a little bit more on the data. So we had this information. We put back. We went through. We rebuilt the database. We did all of our surface mapping and sampling the geophysics, and it was all heading up to a drill program. We had the money already in the bank to do the program. You want to spend it.
Of course.
I didn't want to go out there and just drill blindly. So we went through this very methodically. We laid out the targets. This specific program, we've got a press release coming out today, your time, just announcing that we've started the program. I didn't want to put anything out ahead of that in case it was delayed for any reason, but the drills are actually turning as of today. And, we're going to, hopefully have big success in that. A little bit more about the project or the drilling program itself. the initial program will be to test some of our ideas on the since we picked up the project, not any kind of infilling, and if we confirm that, we'll immediately go into a second phase of drilling. We have the budget to drill up to 20,000 meters. We want to take it, as I say, methodically, make sure we get it right. And so we're very excited. We're just right at the cusp of this year's exploration season, and we look forward to the results.
And of course, circling back, the project's in a very well-known iron-oxide copper-gold area of Chile. How does it compare to some of its neighbors?
Well, we couldn't be in a better location. I mean, this is mining mecca, and mining mecca for IOCGs. Well, unless you count Olympic Dam in Australia, that's pretty formidable too. But in this area here, all of the big IOCG projects for Chile are in this area. You have Manto Verde and Candelaria and the Santo Domingo project, and we're right in the middle of all that. It's interesting hearing some of the other companies in there talk about, district size scales and all these kinds of things. And on the west of us, we have the Manto Verde project, and then east of us, the Santo Domingo project. And we're right in the middle. We butt up against those things. And so in their projects in those two areas, they've already announced 1 billion tons of resources and reserves. And we're right in the middle of that. And so as far as location goes, it just does not get any better. Like, geologically where we're located, and then all the infrastructure that's already there to support those mines is there for us too. So we're location, right? That's what it's all about.
So obviously you're getting a great mixture of mineralization. What are you kind of focusing on in the project? Can you give us some extra detail to that?
Yeah, I mean, the immediate question I get asked is that, why didn't somebody else, pick this up? Or, Sumitomo looked at this, and I'm saying, Sumitomo looked at this, their last drill hole, I think, was drilled in 2011, and it's just been sitting on the shelves ever since. And they looked at this as specifically as a copper project, knowing that they'd get some iron and hopefully some gold in there. But, at the price, metal prices at the time were really low, and especially something like cobalt, very, very low price. But with this new focus on battery metals, things like cobalt, lithium, and those things, is a real renewed interest. And in fact, if you look at the Santo Domingo project to the east of us, they recently redid the pre-feasibility, and the reason that the project flies is because of the cobalt. They recovered the cobalt, and the whole project works all of a sudden. And because of the way that they've done the whole cobalt recovery, they mine the pyrite, and then they solve any kind of acid problems, and they actually recover the acid, and they use that for their heap leaching. It's all a very kind of neat story on how that all comes together. So, we are a precious metal miner, but we're also an opportunity miner. And so when we went in here and looked at, we go, okay, we got copper gold, but 33% of the value is in the iron. And the cobalt, we recovered that, makes a huge difference. So we still like to be called a precious metal miner, but we're pretty excited about the cobalt and other components of this as well.
So it's quite fair to say that the current vitality in the metals market's shaping your thinking towards the project. Oh yeah, definitely. Okay, excellent. So one final question. Can you give us some future milestones just for investors to look out for in 2023?
Yeah, I like I say, we've I think that timing wise, everything kind of worked out well for us. Markets were the way they were, and just coming out of COVID and things, that gave us time to kind of stay under the radar and do all of that kind of work. And with this year coming out, people, a lot of optimisms. I believe the markets are, although today wasn't a really good day for that, but the markets are picking up. Metal prices are coming back. There's this renewed interest, and we're just at the beginning of our drill program. We've got this big program ahead of us, so we're going to be getting regular updates on our drilling. So I think that's probably the main thing to look forward to on our flagship property. We've also got things going on in our projects in Argentina. We joint ventured some projects, and other companies are going to be drilling on some of those properties. So I think that this is going to be a very good year for Golden Arrow Resources. And as far as milestones coming up, we're going to have regular press releases on all of that kind of thing, and it's get this stock back up where it's supposed to be.
But it certainly sounds like Golden Arrow has a huge year ahead of it. And thank you so much for joining me today. It's been a pleasure. And I'm sure we'll be hearing a lot of news moving forward.
My pleasure to talk to you, Katie. Thank you.